I'm live on YouTube now. Oh, that's cool. This is the first time I've ever done this, going live on YouTube and being live right here on Clubhouse. Point number one. Are you ready? The number one mistake, yeah, it's telling me right here, you're live on YouTube. All right, that's cool. Y'all can find my YouTube channel at Dr. Fred Jones, the book coach. Dr. Fred Jones, the book coach. That will make it too dark if I do that. Let's go. The number one mistake that self-published authors make is they don't see the big picture. If you guys are taking notes, if you're putting notes in the little comment box there, I'm going to give you one word and then I'll elaborate on the word. They don't see the big picture. The big picture will, if you don't see the big picture from the beginning, you will get messed up with your book. Can I tell you that? They don't see the big picture. Hey, y'all remember that song, Happy Birthday to You? Happy Birthday to You? The Happy Birthday song was written in the back of a children's book. And in the back of that children's book, that company that published that book went out of business. It was a little small publishing company and it went out of business. Another company bought that company that had that children's book in the back of it, right? And you want to know what happened? They bought the publishing company, and when they bought that publishing company, they bought the song Happy Birthday to You. They got all the books, they got all the publishing there, and as a result, that little book, Happy Birthday to You, Happy Birthday to You, the Happy Birthday song was a part of that portfolio, and as a result, that another company got that song, and as a result, they made the money off of Happy Birthday for many years before the family was ever able to put a stop to it. Okay, a lot of people don't know that. They don't know that fact that the song was given away because it was in the back of a children's book. It was in the back of a children's book, and that little children's book was published by a publishing company. And I'm here to tell you that the publisher has more control over your book than the author of the book. Publisher has more control than the author. They don't see the big picture, number one. Number two, reasons why a mistake that other self-publishing authors make is they get overwhelmed. They get overwhelmed. When you are overwhelmed, you're going to make bad decisions. You're going to listen to the wrong people, and you're going to make decisions that's just not going to serve your best interest in the long run. They get overwhelmed. And if you get overwhelmed by your publishing, then you're gonna make bad decisions. I like to say this: halt. Never make a major move when you're hungry, angry, lonely, tired, or stressed. Halt. Okay. But the first thing that happens is self-publishing mistake is they don't see the big picture. They don't see all about the brand, the business, the email list, the social media marketing, and the automations and the funnel. You see all that kind of stuff? All that kind of stuff goes into your business as an author. All of that goes into your business as an author. All right. Are you ready for point number three? Point number three. They feel self-published authors, here's a mistake. They feel that passion and prayer is all you need. You see that right there? They feel that passion and prayer is all you need. So many people feel like they can just pray their way through this thing. Okay, now I believe in prayer, and so don't get me wrong on that at all. I believe in prayer, but prayer and passion is not enough for when you writing and publishing a book and building a brand. If you're going to be a self-publisher, then you are going to want to put some strategy behind what you're doing. Okay, just believing that you're passionate about your business and that passion is going to be enough, that is not going to be enough to make your business profitable. You're going to have to put some strategy. You're going to need a team, and you're going to have to get some people to help you write that book, build that brand, and grow that business. You're going to need some strategy behind that. And with that, then you can move your business forward. Okay, you can move your business forward. Are you ready for me to go on to number four? Number four reason, the fourth reason why a lot of people don't, and we're live to the people on YouTube. We're live on YouTube, and we're live here in Clubhouse. The number fourth mistake that I see authors make a lot of time is this one right here. they get distracted. Write that down in the comment box. They get distracted. And you say, well, what do you mean by distraction? They get distracted. They get to focus on the wrong thing. They try to do too many things at one time. They get distracted. And if you get distracted, you know what a distraction is? Distractions are the death of your dreams happening in slow motion. You want me to say that again? A distraction is the death of your dream happening in slow motion. That is a major mistake that authors make. That is a major mistake that authors make. They get distracted. Hello, Dr. Martin. Good to see you, ma'am. And thank you. Hello, Miss Borders. It's good to see you in the room as well. And to Tashina and D, thank you for coming into the room. I'm talking tonight about 10 self-publishing mistakes new authors make. And Dr. Martin is on the stage. I'm going to introduce Dr. Martin and allow her to introduce herself and talk about some of the things that we have been sharing here about. I want her to introduce herself and tell us who she is and what she does. And then I'm going to continue on these mistakes that authors make. Dr. Martin is an autism coach. She's a trauma coach. She's a speaker, and she is a mentor. She's the founder of Angels Keepers Family Services and Healing Rivers Counseling, LLC, author of the Amazon best-selling book, No, A Guide to Stop Generational Abuse and Trauma. So, Dr. Martin, when you became a bestseller and when you got started into this program, did you see the big picture? Did you ever get overwhelmed? Did you ever get distracted? Would you talk to us, please, ma'am?
Sure. As far as if I ever saw the big picture, initially I didn't. Initially, I did not see the big picture, but I did eventually see the big picture after participating in the coaching. In the coaching classes, initially I was just in the 30-day bestseller, and I didn't have a complete buy-in into the end of the program when I actually saw the results. And after that, I began to see the big picture.
Okay. All right. So tell us, what was it like getting started into this coaching? Now, you're a counselor and you got started by writing a book and you self-published a book. Talk to us about getting started and what were some of your fears? What were some of your apprehensions? What was that like?
Well, it was fear of the unknown, because I knew I had stories within me. I knew I had a lot to share. I had the desire to help others. However, I did not have a template or a step-by-step process. I didn't have the experience that I needed. I didn't have the right mindset nor the motivation. So that's why it was helpful for me to get a coach.
And so what has that been like? What has that done for you?
Yes, well, when I first joined your program, Dr. Fred, it was, I used to wonder why you spent so much time just on the way we were thinking, just on the thought process. But eventually I realized it was because in order for me to succeed, I had to first change my mindset to a mindset of abundancy and not scarcity. So I had to see myself being successful before I could actually become successful.
Was that difficult? Was that easy? What was that like?
That was difficult because I had to unlearn years of years of false information, and I had to go through a reorientation process.
And now tell me, so since you've written and published a book, have you been getting paid? Have you getting paid speaking engagement? Have you sold books? Have you getting paid speaking engagement? Have you gotten any clients? Talk to us about the business side of what you have been able to do. Because tonight we're talking about mistakes that authors make. Tell me about some of the things that you've done right.
Okay. Well, what I did right is I continued to invest in coaching. That has made the biggest difference, because just having that team It's not, you can't do everything on your own, or you can, but it would just take you longer and it would be harder. It's easier if you have a team to support you, and a team that you can learn and grow from.
Now, sometimes people might think, well, she's just talking because he asked her to say these things. Did we plan on you being here tonight? Did I ask you to say any of this stuff, or is this just things that you've really experienced you on your own?
No, these are things that I've experienced firsthand.
All right. So, what was your biggest fear when you got started in publishing your book and thinking about building this into a brand? What was your biggest fear?
My biggest fear was the fear of failure.
And what would failure have looked like? What failure? Talk to me more about it.
Failure would have been starting and not finishing. Or starting and having something out there that I was totally ashamed of, or that did not communicate the message that I actually wanted to communicate, or just not growing and not reaching the audience that I wanted to reach. That would have been failure to me.
So how do you feel successful now? Where are you now in your journey?
I am in a transformation stage, because it reminds me of when you're pregnant and how the baby is developing. And I think at this point I'm going through a birthing process, which is painful because, giving birth is painful and it's a lot of work. So I think that's what I'm going through right now. When I initially started this process, I was in the formation part, like in the pregnancy. I was in the 9 months in the stomach, and now I'm actually going through the birthing process, and I can see the growth and expansion in my, what I thought at first was just a dream.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Martin. I might chime in and might get you to share more in just a little bit, but thank you for coming up, and thank you for being in here. I'm going to keep going and share some more, and I'm going to keep going and share more so that we can get through these 10 points on these mistakes that self-publishing authors make. Thank you. So just to recap, for those of you who are new in the room, refresh the club. I'm Dr. Fred Jones. I'm a book, brand, and business coach, retired Supreme Court lawyer, and a retired intellectual property professor. I'm self-published over 5 books, and all of those books are bestsellers. I'm the creator of Bestseller Overnight and the Build Your Business Mastermind. And what I'm talking about tonight is self-publishing mistakes new authors make. Number one mistake is they don't see the big picture from the very beginning. Number 2, they get overwhelmed. Number 3, they think passion and prayer is just going to get it done. And I know I made that mistake for a long time. Number 4, they get distracted. You say, well, what is a distraction? A distraction is the death of your dream happening in slow motion. One more time, a distraction is the death of your dream happening in slow motion. Now, what I want to ask everybody in the club and those of you on YouTube to do is I want you to share this room out. I want to help more authors. There's a lot of people. I heard something the other day, y'all. I heard something the other day in a club. I was in a club here on Clubhouse, and the gentleman said, some of you out in the audience needs to come up on the stage, and you all need to just come out and let people know what you do. Here's what he said. He said, I feel sorry for people who are reaching out and working with coaches who are not really qualified to help them. And I was sitting in the audience, and I'm like, gee whiz. This dude said he feels sorry for people who are working with coaches who are not really qualified, when many of the people in the audience are more qualified than the people who are showing up every day on Clubhouse, than people who are showing up. And I said, wow, I got to get active. Okay, I got to get active. So if you always hit that little button on the bottom of your phone, near the scissors, it's to the left of the scissors, it's a little arrow. And if you'll click it, you can share via Facebook and Twitter, or you can invite people, or you can share here on Clubhouse. And if you just hit the button to share on Clubhouse, you can hit share, and that'll get the word out. And then you can hit it, and then place it on Facebook Okay, and then and you can share it to a group and you can help people that way. Okay, so I just shared it to my group on Clubhouse, and those of you who are on YouTube, I want to thank you all, and I want to encourage you all to share. All right, let's keep going, folks. Okay, so once you work, and people talk about what I bring to the table, I'm a one-stop shop coach, book, brand, business, attorney, professor, best-selling author. Those are the things that I've done and done. Number 5. Are you ready for number 5? Anybody putting these in the comment box? Anybody putting these in the comment box? DR said they get distracted. Okay, and distractions, D, is the death of your dream happening in slow motion. Did y'all hear me? Distractions are the death of your dreams happening in slow motion. I mean, isn't that horrible? Okay, that's tough. Okay, and you say, well, what do you mean they get distracted? They get distracted by saying, I can't finish my book. I don't know if I can make the book a bestseller. I'm not sure. I got to do some other things to it. They get distracted. Okay, they lose focus. Therefore, they got this acrostic: focus. Follow one course until successful. Whoever said it, it was a great quote. Okay. So those of you in the club, let's get all 10 of these down. Number 1, big picture. The first mistake is they don't see the big picture. They don't see the big picture. You see, most people, when they write the book, they don't think about their book as a brand. They don't think about their book as a business. They don't think about their book as the foundation to a billion-dollar empire. Ask T.D. Jakes. Ask Joyce Myers. Ask Jack Canfield. Okay? Ask any of these people, all right? Ask J.K. Rowling. Ask these people. Poor Dad, Rich Dad, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It all started with a book. That is the big picture. That is the big picture, okay? Number 1. Number 2, they get overwhelmed. Oh my God, I can't do Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, and all Facebook all at the same time. They get overwhelmed. They get overwhelmed, okay? Number 3, they believe that passion and prayer is enough. Passion and prayer is good. I believe in being passionate. I definitely believe in prayer, but I want to tell you, if you're going to be a successful self-published author, you're going to need to be obsessed with it. Did you hear what I said? I said obsessed. You got to be obsessed with this thing. All right. Are you ready? Distractions is number 4. Here comes number 5. Number 5. Are you ready? Oh, this one's going to be good here. Follow one course until you're successful. Robert Kiyosaki said that. Whoever said it, I don't know who said it, but it's out there. All right, number 5. Are you ready for number 5? Here's self-publishing mistake number 5. It's called perfection. Hello, perfection. Okay. Now, can I give you a definition of perfection? My book got to be perfect. I got to have everything just right. Perfection is a veiled form of pride. One more time. Perfection is a veiled form of pride. You see, when you think your book got to be perfect, everything got to be perfect, that's all about you. That's all about you. Is that good, somebody? Is that good, somebody? Perfection is a veiled form of pride. Are you ready for number 6? Number 6 is they don't follow a proven formula. They don't follow a proven formula. You see, they don't look at the thing that's working. I have figured out over the years how to get people to bestseller, and I just do it, and it comes easy, right? You know why? I follow a proven formula. Okay, so Dr. Martin, I want you to talk to us about perfection and following a proven formula. How's that work? How is that working for you? Talk to us about those two things in your business. You'll need to unmute, Dr. Martin. Can you unmute?
Yes.
Did you ever wrestle with perfection?
Yes, I had to. I mean, that's something I struggle with very frequently. The first time I was able to overcome that is when I experienced a mistake that there was nothing I could do about it. It was already out there, and that's when I first released my ebook, which actually became a bestseller. But there was when I submitted it, for some reason it only had the book cover instead of the complete manuscript. So when people had purchased the ebook and they went to read it, all they saw was the cover, the book cover. So I got so many, text messages and emails saying, "Hey, is this it? I just see one page to your book." So I was able to revise it, and I got the correct, the complete manuscript up there. But after I experienced that that mistake and what I thought was a failure, I realized I was okay. I bounced back from it. I created it. I used it as a learning experience, and then I just was able to become more resilient and to realize that I didn't have to be perfect in order to get paid or to even fulfill my purpose. I just had to pick myself up and continue trying, and that was the important and more important than being perfect.
Wow, that's good there. That's good. That's good, Dr. Martin. Thank you so much for sharing that, okay? That perfection thing will get you stuck every time. We like to say paid is better than perfection. Paid is better than perfection, okay? Hey, listen, everybody. I want to take a commercial identification break and invite you all to join me in a free webinar training. Hello there, coach. The free training. I want you to click on the link above. And if you're interested in self-publishing, I'm here to tell you it's a great way to get your message out, and it's a great way to control your intellectual property, and it's a great way to build your business and grow your brand. So I'm having a free training called Share Your Story. Share Your Story, okay? How to self-publish your book in 30 days or less, plus how I help the 100 plus authors rank on Amazon bestsellers list. I'm her host, Dr. Fred Jones. That's me. Click yes, I want to attend and put in your information, and we'll get you notification of our upcoming training. Now, this training is for you if you feel called to help people with a message and a story. If you have a difficult pain or untold story and you're ready to tell it. If you have a great family story that's never been put to a book, this is your time. If you're interested in publishing a book to promote your brand or business, we got you covered. If you like to gain confidence and credibility by becoming an author, sign up. If you desire to gain Amazon best-selling status, we have a track record of doing it 100% of the time. Now, during this live workshop, you're going to learn what self-publishing is, why self-publishing is more powerful than traditional publishing. You're going to learn the best and easiest book to write and publish. You're going to learn self-publishing mastery for marketing for authors, how to sell your story before you tell your story. Somebody should put that in the comment box. Sell your story before you tell your story. You're also going to learn how to give yourself a book advance. How many of you have ever heard of that? That's right. A book advance with my publishing reverse system. You're going to learn costly mistakes first-time authors make and how to avoid them. If you're interested in that, then click on that link right there, right above that, right above my name there, and you'll be signed up for our upcoming program. Let's keep going, folks. Let's keep going. We're talking about self-publishing mistakes that authors make. 10 self-publishing mistakes new authors make. Now, the truth of the matter is, authors who've been out here for quite some time are making a lot of these mistakes. You follow me? People publish their book with a publisher, and they think, well, I need a publisher. I need a publisher. But what a lot of people are not aware of, if you choose to hire somebody as your publisher, then guess what? You've just given them more rights over your book than you as the author have. Did you hear what I just said? When you hire somebody else as your publisher, you are giving them publishing rights, okay? You're giving them publishing rights. And the rights as a publisher are more controlling than the rights of the author, okay? The author owns the material, but when you sign somebody up as your publisher, they have a license, and that license is the legal authority to control and manage your book. All right. So they don't follow proven formulas. Okay. Are you ready for number 7? Number 7. Thank you, Normalize Pleasure. Sell your story before you tell your story. I'm signing up. Awesome. Thank you so much. DR, follow one course until successful. Robert Kiyosaki. That's right. That's a powerful quote. All right. They get distracted. Okay. There you go. All right, folks. Distractions are the death of your dreams happening in slow motion. Let's keep going now. Are y'all ready for number 7? Are y'all ready? Number 7 is so good. Number 7 makes me excited, Dr. Martin. Here's number 7. People pleasing. Self-publishing authors are trying to please people. What do you think of my cover? What do you think about my story? What do you think? Hey, listen, you might be the subject of your book, but your audience is the verb. You say, well, what do you mean, Dr. Fred? I'm saying your book might be about you, but your audience is going to be the one to buy it. Your audience is going to be the one who pull out their credit card or give you the cash. You may be the subject of your book, but your audience is the verb. People pleasing will get you in trouble. Trying to do what everybody else wants you to do will get you in trouble. That is not going to be a good look for self-publishing your book. You got to be confident. When you get your book out there, some of y'all have probably already gotten your book published, okay? And you get your book out there and people say, oh, your little book is cute. Oh, I got your little book. Anytime somebody use that word little about your book, they're not being nice, okay? And you got to have tough skin to be able to say, okay, it's out there. You heard what Dr. Martin said. She said her book was out there, and she said, she thought it wasn't right, it wasn't quite together, but she kept on going. She kept on going. So number 7 is people pleasing. That is a big, big problem. Number 8 is they don't know their audience. You don't know the audience. A lot of times self-publishers make the mistake of saying, okay, I'm going to write my book and I'm going to tell my story, but they don't know who their audience is. They don't know if it's men. They don't know if it's women. They don't know if what their age bracket. They don't know the education category. They don't know where they shop. They don't know where they buy. That's going to be a problem. That's a big problem. You got to know your audience. You got to know your audience, okay? So, folks, many of you have been in the audience listening. If you want to come on up and ask me a question, we would be more than glad to welcome any of you up to the stage to come on up and ask me a question. And then I'll be glad to talk with you about your self-publishing journey and how I can put some support around it. We got some new people in the room, so I'm going to refresh the room. I'm Dr. Fred Jones, the book, brand, and business coach. I'm a former United States Supreme Court attorney, and I'm a business law and ethics professor. And I also taught intellectual property at the graduate and undergraduate level for many years. And I've just decided that I'm going to go live more and help more people with this self-publishing thing, because I know a lot of people out here are getting fugabooed. And when you say, what do you mean fugabooed? A lot of people think they need a publisher. A lot of people don't understand the self-publishing process. You got a lot of people who's learned how to publish 2 or 3 books, and now they think that they can go out and do all the different things that somebody who's been doing this for 10 years or more have done, and it's causing people a lot of problems out here because they're getting their intellectual property twisted and tied up with people that they may never get it back from. So I'm coming in to show you how to really control your work and how to really put it out there. And please do not hear fear or anything like that. All I'm doing is just telling the truth after listening to people for year in and year out talking about how to write and publish books. I've been doing it now since 2003 exclusively. This is all I do. 2016, I walked away and became a full-time writer, speaker, coach. All right. Okay, let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. Number nine, I'll tell you number 9. Oh, this one hurts. The number one self-publishing mistake that authors make is they don't know their value. Can I say that again? They don't know their value. So many people get started in coaching, and I talk to them about their value, and I'll ask them a question around their value, and man, I'll get all kind of responses. Dr. Martin, are you there? Dr. Martin is in my program. Go ahead and unmute if you will, Dr. Martin. And I want to, Dr. Martin, when you enrolled in Bestseller Overnight and began to work with me in our mastermind program, and when I talk to me about how did you feel? What did you learn when we start talking about worth and value?
It was difficult for me to conceptualize the the idea of my value the way that you explained it, because I was used to my value being dictated when I was working for other people. So when I got hired, they told me my salary. I figured that worth. Um, but going through a formula you gave and helping us with reflection questions of just looking at everything that you've invested in, and your intellectual property and your knowledge, your experience, your not only your academic experience and work experience, but your life experiences, and then the value of what type of service you offer to people. And once you start to analyze that, you can't really put a price tag on it.
So, Dr. Martin, when we probably had conversation about your worth. Did I ever tell you that you did not know your worth, or how did we have that conversation? What do you remember about that worth and value conversation?
Well, I remember the first time you told me that, I was insulted.
Oh my Lord! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Let's go back. Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
When you first said I didn't know my worth, I interpreted that as you thought I was worthless.
Oh my God!
That's the opposite of what you were saying, because actually I was making myself worthless, less worthy than what I actually deserved. But it started with the mindset. So by you working with the group and helping us to transform the way we were thinking, and to help us realize our talent and our gifts, that's how I was able to decide and finally accept my true value.
So wait a minute, Dr. Martin. Okay, this is my first time hearing that. You know that, right? That's my first time hearing that. So Dr. Martin, okay, let's talk more about this value thing. Now, did I ask you how much was 1 hour of your time worth?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And then do you remember what you told me back then?
I probably said $20 or something like that.
Okay. And now, Dr. Martin, how do you see the value of your time now?
My value is unlimited, but the price I'm willing to accept is $9.97 an hour.
Aha. Okay. So your value is unlimited, but you'll accept $9.97 an hour to get started, right?
Yes.
Was it easy to get to thinking like that?
Absolutely not.
It was not. Wow.
Because I was used to people dictating to me what my value was. And being a female, and then being African American, many times in order to really excel like you want to excel, you have to almost become an entrepreneur.
Awesome. So, Dr. Martin, now, what are you doing? Okay, so can I ask you a business question? Might I ask you another business question?
Sure.
How much do you quote people for when they're reaching out to you? Talk to me about your quotes and how you price your services now, since you become a self-published author and you're out speaking and coaching and mentoring. How do you price and how do you quote people?
So I've learned to actually listen first, to be able to identify the need, and I customize my quote based on what the client needs.
What the client needs and what the client needs and what the client wants, huh?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good. Okay. So so thank you, Dr. Martin. And we could go on and on with this, but you have really helped me, and I'll be more careful about telling people they don't know their worth, right? I'll be a little more careful, but are you glad that I had that conversation?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right, folks. Thank you, Dr. Martin. All right. So listen, folks, this is the Write Your Worth Club, by the way. Y'all see that, huh? This is the Write Your Worth Club. Okay. And this club is all about value and individuals walking into their worth and valuing what they're doing. That's what this club is all about. So I just want to thank you all for that. And I do sometimes come across probably a little rough, and when I talk to people about their worth and their value, because I'm kind of unapologetic about it. I mean, I like to step into it and really help people to see the value of who they are. And Dr. Martin, you have a lot of things going for you, and valuable in a very powerful way. Okay, now we're going to keep going here. I've got a couple more points before I get to number 10. And number 9 was they don't see their value or they don't see their worth. The value and the worth, okay? Value and worth. And are you ready for number 10? The number 1 or the 10th most costly mistakes that authors or self-publishing mistake the authors make is wrong counsel. Did y'all hear what I said? Wrong counsel. You say, well, what do you mean wrong counsel? Well, check this out. The most expensive thing you will ever pay is attention to the wrong people. Did y'all hear what I said? The most expensive thing you will ever pay is attention to the wrong people. All right. So when you listen to the wrong people and you get wrong advice, can I tell you what ended up happening? You get out here and you'll be 2 or 3 years into your business, and the next thing you know, you're talking about how you got to try to rebrand your business, how you got to rebrand your business. And rebranding can be a costly, costly journey. It can be a costly, costly journey. And you want to be careful about that, because if you start off wrong and then you got to self-correct later, that could be a lot of money down the bridge, because you did not start off right and you did not start off publishing that book in a way that would help you position it for the long term. Okay, wrong counsel. Very, very dangerous right there. Okay, so I want to do a recap here of the self-publishing 10 self-publishing mistakes new authors make. I'm going to go through them, and then I'll catch these hands, and I'll invite any of you here who want to come up on stage to feel free. I'll invite all of you all to come up, as a matter of fact. Feel free to come on up, and I would love to talk with you about the book idea that you got in your spirit that you are wanting to come out. And then I would like to talk to you about what has kept you in the club, and how can I help you? Okay, so you're all welcome to come to the club, to come to the stage. Number 1, big mistake that authors make is they don't see the big picture. Number 1, big picture. Number 2, they get overwhelmed. Number 3, they feel like passion and prayer will do it. Passion and prayer will do it. Number 4, distractions. They get distracted, and the distractions will hurt you every time. Perfection, okay, is a veiled form of pride. Perfection. A proven formula. Proven formula. They don't follow a proven formula. If you don't follow a proven formula, that's going to be bad for you. And then people pleasing. I want to tell y'all a story about the people pleasing. That's kind of funny. Old man and a little boy and a donkey was riding through the town, and the old man was riding the donkey, and the little boy was walking. And the people said, that's a shame, the old man riding the donkey and the little boy walking. And so they went on forward, and then they decided to tell another story. The little boy decided to ride the donkey, and the old man was walking. And they said, that's a shame, the little boy riding the donkey and the old man walking. So they come up to the ravine, this river where it was water running under the bridge, and it began to rain. And the old man and the little boy said, we'll just carry this donkey. And they picked up the donkey, and sure enough, they was walking across that wooden bridge, and the rain was coming down. The old man slipped, and the donkey fell into the river and drowned. The moral of that story is, if you try to please everybody, you may as well kiss your donkey goodbye. Okay, so people pleasing. Number 8, the audience. Okay, audience. You got to know your audience. Number 9, you got to know your value. And wrong counsel will get you in trouble every time. Wrong counsel will get you in trouble every time. D says, I am that I am. May I am speak for itself. Entrepreneur, educator, businesswoman, business strategist, innovator, visionary, big thinker. 21-day group coaching program. I help women to detox their mind, body, and spirit to become the greatest version of themselves. Supernatural apparel, a hot new read for young men dealing with mental health issues or needing encouragement. Miss D.R., welcome to the stage, and you have the mic, ma'am.
Good evening, Dr. Fred, and everyone here in the room. I am very honored for that introduction and to be here on the stage this evening. I just wanted to thank you, sir, for sharing all the wisdom that you did this evening about the self-publishing process and journey. And I would really go as far as saying that quote about distractions was one of the biggest takeaways for me to help me realize that as long as I stay focused on what I'm doing, I'm giving life to my dream and life to this book that I'm publishing instead of allowing myself to let it slowly die. So thank you for that wisdom. I do have a quick question that I want to throw out there. I have, it's not a book, it's more of a journal that I am just in the process of getting ready to publish. Would this webinar that you're about to do have the same kind of follow-up process and the right formula to be followed that could help also for a journal and not just a written book?
Answer to your question is yes. Yes. When you say follow up, let me back up and learn a little bit more. You're about to launch a journal. You're about to release a journal. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
And you want to know what?
So I would like to know more of the process of how to better advertise it, how to better put it out there and not just to social media and just say, hey, look at my new journal. I would like to have a little bit more strategic pathway and a blueprint of how to better market and advertise the book. I pretty much have the ideal target market and knowing the audience of who this book is for. I just need to know some better strategies of how to efficiently and effectively market the book to the ideal clients.
What does go ahead and leave your mic open if you don't mind. What does success of the book look like for you? What does success look like?
So success of the book or journal rather would look more like consistent sales. It's a 30-day guided journal that would help women to get from a place of being disempowered to more empowered in their day-to-day life. So consistent sales where they're coming back and purchasing this journal on a monthly basis to continue in the journey of self-development, or a quarterly basis to really help them to move towards their goals, their vision, their dreams. I also have a big vision of having over 100,000 copies of this journal sold on all around the globe to women who are serious about transforming their mind, their body, and their spirit.
So, D, if I may, what you are a coach? Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
And what type coaching do you do?
So it's transformational coaching. So by we, my daughter and myself, we work to help women to transform their thinking patterns, their physical daily habits, and their spiritual alignment with their goals so that they can move forward towards what it is that they desire in a more streamlined and accurate way, instead of kind of going through the motions of success and being more targeted and more specific in their approach of their dreams.
What is the big transformation that you bring to your clients?
So the big transformation is shifting out of negative beliefs that have gotten them to where they are in their life, keeping them stuck and playing small, especially as women, and helping them to shift and transition into a more empowered state so that they're moving forward in life, in if they have a business or even in the workplace, with more clarity, more purpose, and more vision.
Let me ask you another question. What makes you the expert in this area?
I would honestly say, from the journey of experiencing this myself, having to go through years of study to learn different strategies that really worked to help myself to transform mentally, psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually in order to really start hitting my goals in a more targeted way without guessing about how am I going to get there, how am I going to achieve those goals, and really moving forward with accuracy.
Is that process right there, what you just told me, in a book anywhere?
Not yet.
That's where your money is.
Okay.
I want to laser in right there, right there, right there.
Okay.
Your your story is the source of your strategy. So
Okay.
while we preach what we believe, we reproduce what we are.
Ooh, love it.
Okay. You did what you just said you've done. You've done that. So
Yes.
the question that I asked was, what makes you the expert? Here's the deal. You are the expert of your experiences.
Mm-hmm.
You're the authority there. So I'm thinking that your journey, the steps that you took to get to where you are, is the story, and the workbook or the journal is those 7 steps on a page or in a worksheet or workbook for other ladies to follow.
Absolutely.
You
I understand that.
Okay, so you basically teach your system or you teach your story. Now,
Okay.
um, have you have you acquired the title of best-selling author?
Not yet.
Okay, do you see value in that?
Absolutely.
Okay, that right there is a key step, a key proven formula for self-publishing is to acquire
Okay.
that title.
Okay.
Okay, and then from that title, you you begin to move into your coaching program and your business. Okay, now here's the value. If you want to make some money, sell books. But if you want to make a lot of money, teach from your book.
Got it.
That, I believe, is where your significance and the strength of your message will resonate.
Okay. Mhm. I
Question.
can very well receive that. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. All right, okay. I'm thinking though, ma'am, I'm thinking a deep dive into your story, your journey
Hmm.
will reveal a unique brand that you possess.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something that I'd be more than glad to talk with you more about that. But that's what I see for you. I'm thinking go a little deeper because the riches are in the niches, so you'll need to niche
Hmm.
down. Okay, transformation. Your story should produce the transformation, right? Transformation is huge, right? But then
Absolutely.
when we get down to it, your story is the strongest part of what you bring to other people. So
Got it.
the webinar training that I'm going to be doing will definitely be something that's going to sharpen you and support you.
Wonderful. I've already signed up, so I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, ma'am. Did you get value here tonight?
Most definitely. Again, thank you so much, Dr. Fred, for all the wisdom and value that you shared this evening. It was all powerful, and I'm excited for the webinar on Thursday.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I would encourage you to hit the follow button and hit the notification button. I'm going to be coming on Clubhouse a little more frequently to add more value and to support more people. So make sure you follow the club and follow me as well. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. All right,
Thank you
Mr.
very much.
Vahid Chad. Vahid, I may not be pronouncing your name right, sir, but help me out.
Oh, you got it right, Dr. Fred. Everything's cool, brother. You can say whatever. You can call me whatever. No big deal. Thank you for the room. Got a question for you. I got a book summary, and let me know if you want me to come back and ask the question in a different room if it's not fit for this room. I got a book summary app that's coming to the App Store. We're taking the top 3,000 self-development books. We're summarizing them in the format of text and audio, and we're building a whole entire platform for it. What would you say are the top 3, based on your experience, what are the top 3 challenges that self-publishing authors go through, specifically in a non-fiction category, that possibly a platform could help them with? what are the top 3 or 5, if you don't mind sharing? I'm going to take notes on them and see if there is a way that I could possibly help those individuals with those challenges with my platform. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, what I've done here is talked about 10 self-publishing mistakes that new authors make. Okay. I don't know if an app can help them see the big picture, if an app can help them not be overwhelmed, um, uh, um, if the app can help people with their mindset. Okay. Mindset is huge with new authors. They don't see how powerful the pen is. Okay. Perfection, distractions. How can they stay focused? Can the app help them stay focused? Those are some of the things. I'm not sure if that serves or support you. I hope it does. Okay.
I appreciate it. So maybe I should do a Zoom with all these authors that get on my platform, and you could teach the class. I think that would be a better use case for it.
Thank you so much for the question.
Thank you.
Did you get value?
Yeah, I love it. And once the platform is out, I'll definitely bring it to you so that way you can check it out firsthand and give us some feedback on that. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you all for coming in. Kana Azrai. I bet I got it right. I hope I'm close. I hope I'm close. I know I'm close. I know I'm close. Wait a minute. One minute. Is it Kana? Kana? Kana Azrai. She's a comedic artist, screenwriter, producer, women's health, beauty, and lifestyle brand ambassador. Welcome to the stage. How may I help you tonight, Kana?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for this. I have all of these down, and I relate on so many levels. I love G's question as well, and just I feel like I'm gonna put back on that as far as just like picking your brain, talking about the book that I'm writing. Have been for some time, and definitely make note that distraction is for sure one of a big issue for me. I haven't been diagnosed with ADHD, but I'm pretty 90% sure. So I've been looking at just different things that I could do to work with that. But yeah, that's on there. That's on the list. So I am writing a book on Afro-veganism. I've been a vegan for 15 years. Had a vegan catering business where I was the vegan chef, Afro-vegan chef for 10 years. And the last 2 years I've been writing a book on my experiences, nutrition, cuisine, and lifestyle. And yeah, I have a lot of plans for it, but would love to hear ideas of how to elevate that and take it to bestseller potential. And I'm absolutely looking to do tours. I was trying to get published. I went that route and sort of backed up off of that, and now I'm going towards self-publishing. So yeah.
Awesome. Okay, all right. So you want to promote the message of tell me exactly what you want your message to be.
Yeah, that in the realm of health and wellness, Afro-veganism has become a buzzword, a Google search, a lifestyle that many people have been looking into, especially since the pandemic, but even prior to, and that it is a guide towards exploring the landscape of that, whether it's becoming a vegan or taking on more parts of the cuisine and lifestyle for your health and longevity.
Kana, question. You there? Question.
I'm here, yes, sir.
Why is Afro vegan since 2007? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines deep in your bio.
I do a lot of things. I do a lot of things.
Okay, then what is top priority for you right now? Is it the other things that are here on your bio?
That is the question of my entire life, actually. But yeah, I mean that piece on distraction. Like, I've been working on this book 2 years. I didn't finish it in the time frame that I felt like I needed to, and then I had other things that I started working on. And so I'm still working on it, but it's not like the number one thing that I'm working on right now.
All right. So let me ask you this: when do you want to get it finished? On a scale of one.
Yesterday.
All right. All right. All right. So let me ask you this: do you have a Kindle Direct Publishing account?
I do not.
All right. Okay. Hold on a minute here. D, do you have a Kindle Direct Publishing account? Why don't you come back up, D? Why don't you come back up on stage, D? KDP. Just a moment. Just a moment, everybody. KDP.amazon.com. Okay, let me see here. All right, okay. So, D, which is D, did you raise your hand? That's D. All right, here we go. Okay, right there. Okay, here we go. Yes, ma'am. I want you to come on back up here. Come on back up. And D, do you have an Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing account?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Okay. You know you can publish as many books as you want right there, correct?
Yes, I do.
All right, Miss Kena. Kena?
Yeah.
Click.
Kana.
Kana, my bad. Sorry, Kana. Kana, click on self-publishing Amazon KDP. Click on that link right there.
Okay, I'm in it.
You wanna hear let me see if the little man will talk to me. Let me see. Can you hear him? I don't know if that'll come through. All right.
No.
Does that make okay? He doesn't come through. All right. Here's the deal. You can go right there tonight and put your book up on Amazon and publish your book. Did I remove the distraction?
I think it goes. I mean, I don't know. It's not finished, but I do hear you, and I do appreciate the link for sure. I think it's a matter of like it did. You know, it's not. I don't feel like it's necessarily perfection, but it is a sense of like completion, and I'm getting towards the completion process. But then it's like these other things. So I am definitely excited for this link. And also, just really needing to figure out the focus piece and getting it complete, and then trying to scale it to where I would like for it to go, because I have a vision of how it fits into my overall brand. It's just that it seems like that brand is continuously growing.
Yeah, but it all starts with that first book, right? It all starts with that first step, right? It starts with that one step, getting that book done. And your brand and your business starts right there. So I'd encourage you tonight to go there and set your account up and get started right there tonight. You can get started right there tonight. Are you glad you came into the club tonight, Connor?
Yes, I am. I appreciate it.
All right. Next time I see you, I want to hear about some progress being made, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay. D, I wanted you to come back up, ma'am. I wanted to know if you had a follow-up question, if I could answer any more concerns that you may have had.
No, sir. I think I'm full for right now. I'm grateful and full into the overflow. I'm ready and I'm excited for this webinar coming up in just a few days to learn more. And again, I honor you for sharing the wisdom, the value, and even helping me to realize that I need to add more than just the journal that I have, and I need to get a book published within these coming weeks and have it out there to really help sell my story even more. So thank you so much for that.
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. Well, everyone, I'm going to close out the club for tonight. I want to thank you all for coming in. But before you go, I want to speak something over you that I love to say to people that come to my club, okay? So don't y'all dash off so quickly, because I want to speak some words over you, and you're going to love, love, love what I'm about to share and what I'm about to say, because I want you to begin to think, feel, and believe this way. Not someday, not most of the time, but I want you to think, feel, and believe this way all the time. Are you ready? Here's what I want to say over every one of you, and I want to bless you. Your gifts are of high service to the world, and you are massively compensated for them. Things are always working out for you. Everything always happens for your highest good and divine timing. You magnetically attract clients who love to pay you. You attract money to you easily and effortlessly. You always have enough money. You are a money magnet. You make money easy. You are grateful for money. You believe there is enough money for everyone. You are generous with your money. You change the world with your money. You are worthy of the wealth you desire. You love to give money a good home. I am open to receiving what is in the highest and best for all, and you are open to giving what is in the highest and best for all. You release all resistance to attracting money. You are financially free. You are aligned with the energy of abundance, and you are capable of overcoming any money obstacle that stand in your way. You boldly conquer your money goals. You deserve to make more money, and you accept and receive unexpected money. Can I get a mic bump?
Woo-woo. Love it.
You love it? You love it? You love it? Yeah. You all have a wonderful night. I'm Dr. Fred Jones, and I want to remind you, your value is unlimited. Your worth is without measure, but your price is what you're willing to accept. Have a good night, and thanks for coming into the club. We'll see you next time. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. On YouTube, good night. Follow me on Clubhouse. Follow me on Clubhouse. I'm Dr. Fred Jones. Subscribe and follow the channel. Thank you. You can find me on Clubhouse. Thank you.